Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a special update from the Skull Taker crew. This isn't going to be your normal format. There's no fun, there's no fluff, there's no banter today. Today, we are going to get results. We're going to address the largest issue that is crushing businesses, that people are literally burning money like clockwork. We're going to fix that today.
Let's go.
I drink from skulls, drink from the skulls of my enemies.
Today, my friends, I'm going to show you how I close at over 75%. Flexor, yes, that's me. But more importantly than that, I'm going to show you why most salespeople suck, the things that they're not doing despite what they say. I'm going to show you how you can effectively double your sales conversion by following these 13 simple tactics that 99% of people aren't doing. But before we get into the gory deets, before I spill the beans, let me share some facts with you. And this should shock you. This should kick you up the ass. This should be the push you need to do the things that you're not doing. And if you haven't figured out by now, this isn't for the weak. This isn't for excuse makers. The things that I'm going to share with you today are for the elite, for those of us who want to play at the elite level, the 1%, or even higher than that, the 1% of the 1%. This is what they do. When it comes to making sales, it all starts with leads. And what's the first thing people do when they aren't closing deals? They say the leads suck. Well, my friend, the leads don't suck. You suck. And before you get all offended and butthurt, let me show you these facts I've been talking about. First and foremost, if you don't follow up with your leads within the first 3 minutes of it coming in, the contact rate has been proven to drop by 75% or more. How many leads are you burning? How much money are you wasting by not contacting your leads quickly and efficiently on time every time? But let's dig a little deeper. Most people who love a little bit of online flexing have seen a statistic that reads just like this. And for reference, it's from the Sales Institute. This is proven. This isn't some BS thing. This is from a study done of hundreds of thousands of sales interactions over a number of years. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. That's a fact. 25% of salespeople make 2 contacts and then stop. 12% of salespeople make 3 contacts and then that's it. They go to home, have a beer. Oh, remember what I did in high school? Fuck off, Al Bundy. No one cares. Only 10%, 1 in 10 of you glorious stallions and mares, or real humans, are following up with your leads more than 3 times. God, these statistics hurt right in the feels. 2% of sales are made in the first contact. Just 2%. And that's not a sale. You're taking an order. That's when someone rings you up and says, I'm buying the thing. You didn't do anything. You were just there. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. Again, you're an order taker. You've just dealt with someone who has a personality that wanted a little bit more information or they weren't quite ready. But rest assured, you haven't done anything for that sale. We're barely out of the range of saying, would you like fries with that? 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. Can you see where this is going? And 80%, 8 out of 10. Just because I had to math, because the math was mathin'. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. But here's where it gets worse, my friends. Orphos, these stats are from 2014. You think something's changed a little bit since then? It's 2023, bro-ham. That shit don't fly no more. Want to know how I know? Because it takes 20 interactions just for someone to remember your name. Attention is the currency. It is a drug. Everyone wants it. Everyone's fighting for it. And it is harder and harder to get. 2014, there was no TikTok. There was barely Instagram. I wasn't even on Facebook then. Think about it. If you think I'm making this stuff up, be honest with yourself. Go onto Instagram, go onto TikTok, and start taking in some content. See how long you actually stay on someone and engage and remember who they are. Don't BS me. Attention has been designed around getting dopamine hits. So if it doesn't hit with you, people move on. Bing, bang, bong. They're swiping up, swiping down, swiping left, swiping right. The one thing they're not doing is thinking about you, okay? That's just how it is. So let's bring things into 2023, okay? Statistically speaking, 80% of sales are made on the 16th to 20th touch point. But you think you're going to be a baller, you think you're going to be a 1%er by following up 3 times, by sending a text 6 hours after the lead came in. Not today, Susan. Not today. Like I said before, it takes 20 touch points just to get someone to remember who you are. It's going to take another 20 to build trust, build value, demonstrate credibility and authority, and take them from where they're at right now to where they want to be through an ethical sales process. And yes, you might get a few sales on the first or the second touch point. But statistically speaking, when you average it out over all of your leads, these are the numbers you need to know. 20 to get their attention, 20 to get the deal done. But it's not all doom and gloom, my friends. I don't create problems. I have a solution for you. I'm going to share with you how you can follow up effectively, efficiently, like the 1%ers do, like we do, like our clients do, who do this each and every day. So let's start with the things that everyone knows, but 99% of people aren't doing, statistically speaking, of course. SMS, email, phone call. That's how most people follow up if they ever do it at all. Here's our proven system. Here's the framework that you need to implement. Let's start with when a lead comes in. We know that if you don't contact that lead within the first 2 to 5 minutes, the contact rate drops by 75%. What does that mean? That means you will burn 3 out of 4 leads that come in on average if you don't get in contact with them nice and quick. Why? Because they're on social media. Their phones are ringing. They've got family things going on. Their attention is scattered. So if you don't act quickly, you burn the lead. That's why when we build out a system or when we provide consulting and advice, leads must be contacted within the first 2 minutes. Now you can automate this, and here's the flow of what we do. We send a text message within 10 seconds. Hey, Brad, thanks for your interest in XYZ. We're going to send you some more information about blah, blah, whatever you just inquired about. Here's the next steps, or something along those lines. We then send a video. We put a face to the name. We want people to see who we are. We want them to know that we're a real person. And that's all the video needs to say. Hey, it's Matt here from Brad's Roofing. Just want to let you know, we received your information. We've got your inquiry. I wanted to put a face to the name so you know who you're talking to. And then tell them the next steps or set the expectation of what you're going to do. Okay? So let's think about that. Within 10 to 30 seconds, they've got a text, they've got a video. We then do the exact same thing in an email. That's 3 touch points already. If there's no response, if the person doesn't book in through the online booking calendar link that we've sent them, we call them. And guess what? In that video, we told them we're going to call you. So be ready for our call. This has all happened in the first 3 minutes. If the prospect doesn't answer, we call them straight back. If they don't answer a second time, if you're really game, call them a third time. Be ready that they are going to be annoyed, but also be confident in the fact that you've gotten a hold of them, because this is where leads fall down. We know the stats. Let's say we're doing all those things, we haven't got in contact with the leads. That's okay. We understand this is a system and a process that needs to be followed. Whether we get in contact with them or not, we have a game plan. So if all of that stuff fails, we do the exact same thing 4 hours later. Text, email, call. That's a lot of touch points already. Then we do the exact same thing at the end of the day, and we follow this blitz for 10 days straight. At the end of 10 days, we have roughly 60 touch points. But the things that we're not doing is saying just checking in, just following up, using all this BS language that deters people, that puts people off from wanting to engage or interact with you. We need to be creative. We need to build value. We need to establish trust and credibility. So think of the different things that you can do to add into your follow-up process that isn't going to bore people, isn't going to annoy people. How can you set the expectation by telling people in no uncertain terms, we are going to follow up with you. We are going to be in contact with you 5 times a day for the next 10 days or 6 times a day for the next 10 days. That's how much we care about you. We also understand people in our market, there's a few shoddy people out there. So we are doing everything we can. We are putting every effort we can to get in contact with you. That is how you set the expectation, my friends. Do you put that in a video? Do you put it in a text? I don't know. You could do that. You could do both, but it's up to you. If all you did is send BS texts about how I'm following up with you, I'm reaching out to you, I'm blah, 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 you're going to piss people off. So put some real thought into how you can build value in yourself, how you can build value in your company or your product, how you can build trust and credibility. Talk about years of experience in the industry as a text. Talk about the number of homeowners in the area that you've helped in another text. Reference the number of testimonials you've got. These are different bits of value that you can provide in this 10-day blitz. The ballers, the best companies I've ever worked with, the top 10, the top 20 roofers who absolutely dominate this space, they call leads forever until they get an answer or until they get told to, in no uncertain terms, to never contact them again. That is how often they follow up. 2 to 3 times a day for eternity, which, it works. And it can be automated too. But it is work. But that's really, if you think about it, that's just 2 different modes of how we can follow up. That is a non-negotiable. That needs to be done. 50 to 60 touch points in 10 days without pissing people off so much that they complain about you. Not everyone's got the stones for it. In fact, when we think about the stats shared, half the people don't even follow up at all. Anything is better than nothing. But if you want to be the 1% of the 1%, that's what you do. But as mentioned, that's text message, that's phone call, that's email. That's old school. It works. How can we take it to the next level? You need to be publishing content on a daily basis in a way that, again, doesn't annoy people, doesn't scream, buy my shit. It builds value. It has humor. It shares your values. You want to share adventures. You want to share the things that you want to be known for. Share stuff about your family. Be a little bit vulnerable. Share clients' results. You want to tap dance around in people's minds and demonstrate that you are the go-to person that can help them because you are helping people just like them. But if you only do it every so often, or like most people, not at all, you never put yourself in the right position to get in front of them. Remember, it takes 20 interactions for people just to remember who you are. Start publishing content daily. I don't expect you to come up with the post each and every day. What you should do is plan either once a week or once a month. Make a really simple plan of what you're going to post. It's probably already sitting in your phone. You've already got videos and images and stories and different things that you can share. Whether it's a meme, whether it's a testimonial, whether it's a referral or a reference. Have some creativity. Be a little bit different. Be yourself and put it out there. If all you did was that, you will double your sales conversions. I have seen this countless times, including myself, the power of the content. But let's dig a little deeper because we want to be the 1% of the 1%. You could connect with your prospects on different social media channels. That's another interaction. That's another touch point. They start to see you everywhere. Think about it. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Where are they hanging out? Statistically speaking, people are spending on average from 5 to 7 hours a day glued to their phone. So where are they? The old adage excuse of, oh, my clients aren't on social media anymore, John, is a load of BS and you know it. There's 3 billion users online. What do you think they're doing? Who's that? It's not just Brad from accounting. Your prospects are on there. Once you've connected with someone, you could engage in their content. Give them a love heart. Give them a care. Give them a wow. Respond to one of their comments. Do a funny GIF. Do a funny meme. Give them a compliment. What you're not going to do is try and pitch them. We are building familiarity. We are creating these touch points. That is how people get to trust you, by knowing you. When you go to make a sale, if someone knows who you are versus your competitor and they don't know them, they will buy from you every single time, 80% of the time. But still, that's pretty good numbers. Another way you could follow up, you could engage with people in local Facebook groups, local community groups. Your prospects are in there. They are asking questions. They are wanting advice. They might be looking for recommendations. How can you provide some value to them? You could connect at local events. You could sponsor local sports teams. Where are these people hanging out? How can you Get in front of them. How can you be known by them? You could throw a local event. You could invite them to an event. In your sales consultation, if you've done your job, if you have done what you should have done and made good notes about the things that are of interest to them, as a way of following up, as a way of staying connected to them, you could send them some content of value. Could be a podcast, could be a YouTube video, could be an article, could be something very specific that they wanted or needed to know. That shows that you're paying attention. That isn't just another follow-up message of, hey, just checking in here to see if you've read my proposal. You could go and knock on their door. You could leave a door hanger on their door. You could have a QR code left on the hanger, which pushes a video of you. You could send an audio note. You could do this on LinkedIn, on Facebook, as a text message. They get to hear who you are. Again, we are not spamming them and spewing commission breath all over them. We are providing value. You could do what I love to do and send a funny meme. That always breaks the ice. There are so many different things that you could be doing other than texting, other than email, other than call, in an effort to build value, demonstrate credibility and authority to your prospects in order to help close more deals, providing that deal or that prospect should be closed. We don't just close someone for the sake of it. It needs to be a good fit. They need to genuinely want and need what you offer. And your thing, lo and behold, needs to solve their problem. The one thing you should stop doing today is complaining about how shitty your leads are. Because statistically speaking, most people don't follow up with them. And even when they do, have they really followed up with them? I've just shared 13 highly effective ways that the 1% that the elite use, and now you can too. The question is, are you going to be powerful and implement this stuff? Or are you going to continue to complain and be powerless about how bad the leads are? That's it from me, my friends. Stay tuned for another episode. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Katie, who's about to deliver a sweet little gal. This will be published by the time our little one is here. So Shelby May Smith, this episode's dedicated to you. That's it from me. We're out of here.